We've all been seeing a lot of stories in the news about the border wall, the wall between Mexico and the United States. Last month I was down along the Mexican border in Nogales filming and talked to the Border Patrol people. And I found out that there's an older story here, one of openness, division, and exclusion. Cities like Nogales started out as a trading outpost in the 1880s. It was located right on the border, and things were friendly. The only thing marking the border were stone pillars placed every so often through the center of town. There was even a Cinco de Mayo parade every year right through the center of Nogales. Then by 1915, open conflict came to Nogales because of the Mexican Revolution. And after that conflict, a simple chain link fence was put up that people easily were able to go around and avoid. And that was the first time a barrier was put up between Mexico and the United States at that location. During Prohibition, things were open. There was a bar in Nogales that you could go to Mexico to get a drink by simply crossing the room that lay right on the border and drink on the Mexican side of the bar. Today in Nogales, International Boulevard, where the Cinco de Mayo parades were held every year, is now split by a 20-foot tall steel iron barricade. Really, it's a bollard-type fence with razor wire, concertina wire up on the top. And it splits the town in half. So that was the start of immigration issues between the United States and Mexico. But immigration issues go back to 1794, where the targets back then were largely Irish immigrants. The Immigration Act of 1882 called for the ability to restrict the immigration into and out of the country of people that were idiots, insane persons, and basic degenerates and criminals. Then in the 1950s, Operation Wetback really put an increase on American deportations of Mexican nationals and other people trying to cross the border. And eventually that started affecting millions of people.
Department of Homeland Security will focus the full resources of the American government on the safety of the American people.
Then another bump in the immigration struggle was with the establishment of the Department of Homeland Security in 2002 in response to the attacks of 9/11. And this put further effort and emphasis on strangers coming into the United States. By 2013, 1/5 of deportation were targeted towards criminal, violent individuals. And now the so-called border wars have escalated to a new level with the COVID pandemic. Governments are clamping down on this barrier because of the raging COVID rates in the state of Arizona, thereby motivating them to close the border to Americans. Today, the border represents a symbol of restriction, like the Berlin Wall, like the Great Wall, the wall in Gaza around the world that is built to keep people out. The symbolism here is that the Mexican border wall separates a land of opportunity from a land of certainty. That certainty is poverty.